Hello, hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm trying to do weekly videos here, so let's just roll with this. But if you haven't already, please subscribe down there and follow me on Instagram and everything else, because I'm very active there. I post every day and I'm very active on my stories, and I love making Disney friends. Anyway, today I'm here to do a Disneyland Paris tips and tricks video, just from my previous experiences, and I just want to share like my 10 top tips. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. Okay, so number one, my first tip is to plan your trip. So as in, like, kind of have a rough plan what you're going to do day to day. Obviously you don't have to stick to it, but just so you know, like, you know, parade's on, am I going to watch it? Yes, no. Am I going to go on rides? Am I going to meet characters today? You know, like, have a set plan ish of what you're gonna do day to day. Obviously when we went, it was kind of just go with the flow. We knew we were going to meet loads of characters because I am character obsessed in case it's not obvious. And yeah, so we knew that we were going to meet loads of characters, but Jess is a rides person, so we kind of mixed the two together and we did rides and characters, and it was great. Kind of Benji's kind of in the middle. He loves characters, he loves rides, so we did a mix and it worked out really well, actually. And yeah, we had a great time. Obviously you've seen the vlogs, and if you haven't, they'll be in the description box. But yeah, like, kind of yeah, just be mindful of like wait times and like parade spots and whatever, because obviously if you turn up 5 minutes before the parade, there's gonna be no room, unless it's a quiet parade, as in like time wise. The morning ones are usually quieter, because everyone's normally in the parks by the afternoon. But yeah, if you want to look at wait times, you either obviously go up to the rides and have a look, or there's the Disneyland Paris app, which I'm going to talk about a bit later in the video. But yeah, okay, so number two is hotels. I've put this on here because obviously if you're going to stay on site, you're going to want to know which hotel to stay in, which one you're going to get the most for your money, if that makes sense. So there is 7 Disneyland hotels. Let me name them. So we have Santa Fe, we have Hotel Cheyenne. Santa Fe is Cars themed, and one of the cheaper Disneyland hotels. Then we have Hotel Cheyenne, which is also one of the cheapest, and it is Toy Story themed. Then we have Sequoia Lodge, which is kind of like a woodland theme. It is very pretty in there. We have Newport Bay, which is like yacht club in Walt Disney World, and it's like Mickey and Friends themed. We have obviously Hotel New York, which is Marvel themed. We have the Disneyland Hotel, which is like princess themed, which is actually being renovated right now. There's also Davy Crockett, which is an on-site hotel, but it's a bit further out. It's not on site, but it's a bit further out. We also have, there's Disneyland Paris B&B Hotel, which is where I stayed, which was 5 out of 5. I'm in Adam and Gary mode. 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, whatever you want to call it. It was great. It was great. Beautiful week stay. I loved it. I loved it so much. And there's also the Explorers Hotel, which is right next to it. But they're kind of the hotels around Disney or on site. The Disneyland Paris B&B hotel is a half an hour walk from Disney Village. I'd say it's about 20 minutes if you walk through Santa Fe. But anyway, I put hotels on here obviously to talk about each one individually, and to just say, like, it really depends what you want in a hotel as to which one you're going to pick. I've been asked by quite a few people, like, which hotel do I go for? And I'm like, it depends what you want. If you want cheap, a bit further from the parks, basic rooms really, then you're going to want Santa Fe, Hotel Cheyenne and Sequoia Lodge. But then if you want something a bit nicer but a bit pricier, you're going to want Newport Bay, and obviously the most expensive at the moment is Hotel New York. Bear in mind that Disneyland Hotel is also being renovated, so that price will probably go up also. I would love to stay in there just for one night because it's absolutely stunning. But also each hotel does meet and greets with the characters. So for Hotel Cheyenne, obviously you get Woody and Jessie. They meet in the mornings from about 9:30, I believe. And then in Santa Fe you get Pluto and I want to say Goofy. And sometimes Minnie. Minnie does the rounds there as well. In Newport Bay you get Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Daisy. Although I haven't seen Donald there for a while, but Donald does do it. Goofy and Pluto. In the Marble Hotel, I believe you get to meet characters, although I'm not 100% sure because obviously it's brand new. Don't really know a lot about that hotel yet, but I'm sure there are moments where the characters do come, but don't quote me on that. And then, have I named them all? Oh, and Sequoia Lodge, Donald and Max meet, because I met Max there and he was fantastic. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to touch on. Like, don't forget that the characters meet there, because I feel like some people would forget that. There are always great meets in there, always, and their outfits are obviously specific to the hotels. Also, one last thing, also, like, oh, I keep saying also, oh my goodness, make sure you, like, go around each hotel, check out what their restaurants are like, their shops. Obviously each hotel will do different things according to the theming or whatever. Obviously in Santa Fe, which is the Cars Hotel, there is Cars themed merch, so just take a day, half a day to wander around the hotels and have a look, because they are really cool. So yeah, my goodness, I spoke so much in that last bit, I'm so sorry. For the third point, we're talking about food. So can you do Disneyland Paris without a meal plan? Basically. So both times that I've been, we haven't had a meal plan. Obviously the first time I went with my parents, we didn't have a meal plan at all. We didn't know what we were going to eat day to day. It was just, I mean, the only thing we knew was that we were eating at La Cantina, which is in Santa Fe. And pardon me, excuse me, I just had my dinner, so but that's the only thing we knew, because we booked it via the Disneyland Paris app, which again we'll talk about later. But yeah, kind of can you do it on a budget? Firstly, yes you can. And secondly, you can do Disneyland Paris without a meal plan. Like I say, we didn't have meal plans at all. We just ate when we wanted to, and then if we did want something specific, we booked via the Disneyland Paris app. Now, if you are staying on site, or if you have an annual pass, you can book via the app. Oh my god. Excuse me. But yeah, you can book via the app 60 days before your trip starts. It is a great tip, because most things do book up, so it is a good idea to book your dining reservations. So obviously for my first trip we went to La Cantina. 100% worth the money. It's a buffet, you can go up as many times as you like, you pay as soon as you go in, and yeah, it's so worth the money. The atmosphere is amazing, and they play music from the Cars films. There's little drawing tables for children. It's just a nice chill vibe. It's not very loud in there. I didn't find anyway. The loudest part was the music. But it does get busier later in the evening. But we ate at character dining in Plaza Gardens. It was amazing. Food was 10 out of 10, although I didn't really eat a lot because I was so excited by the characters. But it is worth the price tag, in my opinion, because the interactions and moments you have with the characters are memorable, amazing, fantastic. 10 out of 10. Obviously I'm going to say that because I met Donald there, but in general, if I hadn't met Donald, I would say the same thing, because it's just great in there. It's not loud, it's quite chill again, and you get a lot for your money, in my opinion. Where else did we eat? Oh, me and Jess had Waltz, which is very, very hard to get a dining res for, by the way. Jess managed to get one by pure chance and fate. It's incredible in there. If you do get the chance to go in there, it is amazing. 10 out of 10 plus. Like, the food is incredible and the service is amazing, and you get a pin. Obviously you have to pay for it, but you get a pin which is specifically Waltz, and it's got the 30th anniversary logo on it, and it's just chef's kiss. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is plan what you're going to eat, and then if you don't have a meal plan or an idea of what you want to eat, there's plenty of places down Main Street, and lots of quick services around the parks as well. So it's not a lose-lose situation if you don't have a meal plan. There is many places to eat, so it's not a bad thing. So my fourth point is about cast members and characters. I don't know how many people saw the clip of the little celebrity guy that was disrespectful to Mickey in Walt Disney World, but I just had to put this point in there. You have to be respectful to the cast members, point blank, period. There is no way you can go to Disneyland Paris and be disrespectful. They work so hard, they do so many hours, they do absolutely everything to make your day magical, to make your trip magical, to make every little moment perfect. Like, honestly, the amount of cast members that I spoke to on my last trip, they are all incredible. They are just normal human beings with feelings, with emotions, and they are all amazing. We spoke to so many and we just had a genuine chat with them. They asked where we were from, we got talking to them. They were amazing. And I'm not just saying that because I'm obsessed with Disneyland Paris. They are amazing. And obviously the cast members that are the characters, be nice. Be nice. Like, 99% of the characters don't talk, and that's how it is. But you can still have conversations with them, you can still have amazing meets with them. It doesn't take away anything from it. If anything, it makes it more magical, because the conversation forms more naturally, I find. They pick up on things that you're wearing. They will just go out of your way to, you know, notice things, and it's nice. And then, like, if you meet them multiple times, like on one trip, they will remember you. And it's so nice. The dancers for Dream and Shine Brighter are incredible, and obviously the Stars on Parade also. But many times I got remembered by the dancers because they see my face for every single parade. They were like, you! I was like, I love you! We had so many good moments, and I really hope when I go back in June they're like, she's back! but yeah, I love them all so much. They are so amazing, and yeah, like, please just be respectful. You wouldn't want someone being horrible to you when you're doing your job, so just think of it like that. So my 5th point is about just taking rest during the day, because walking around Disney, as we all know, can be very tiring, and especially if it's hot, you want to take lots of rest, get lots of water, eat a lot of snacks. And I'm not just saying that because they're amazing, I am saying that because it will keep you energized and stop you from like being dehydrated and malnourished and all that stuff. But yeah, just take loads of rest, and there's plenty of benches and seats around the parks for you to take 5 minutes to chill, and it's so worth it. Like, obviously when I was with Jess, we had to sit down whenever she was in pain, and that was fine, because when she was like, oh, I need to sit down, I was like, oh good, my feet are hurting. But if I was on my own, I wouldn't sit down as much, because I'm a pretty like on a mission person when I'm at Disney by myself. When I was on my first day, I literally marched around like, I don't know, I should have been in the military or something. I was just marching, and I was like, you need to slow down, you need to sit down, and I did, to be fair. But yeah, like, just take loads of rest. Okay, so we're on our 6th point now. It's about the parades. Just check the Disneyland Paris app for when parade times are, and if you've never been to Disneyland Paris before, or you have but you haven't watched the parades, please take like 20 minutes of your time to stand and watch them. They are incredible, and I'm not just saying that. Like, the show they put on, the outfits, the floats, like the music, it is insane. And obviously I'm obsessed with Dream and Shine Brighter, we all know that, but that is the highest recommended parade, I would say. If you're going during the 30th anniversary, which finishes on the 30th of September, by the way, please watch Dream and Shine Brighter. It is incredible. It is just the best parade and show I've ever seen in my life. Do I watch it at least 3 times a day on my phone? Yes. Am I obsessed with it? Yes. But it's so worth it. It's so beautiful. There's characters that aren't normally on parades, which is obviously Tiana, Miguel, who else? Rapunzel, Peter Pan as well. Like, they put on such a beautiful show, and no matter where you stand, you're gonna get a great view. Don't watch it down Main Street. As amazing as it is, it's just the floats. You want to be down by Central Plaza, by those 4 stages, and you want to be living your best damn life, because I won't cry, but just the best 20 minutes of your life. Just the best 20 minutes of your life. Thank me later, because honestly, what's inside my head right now, Dream and Shine Brighter, I'm incredible. Also, a point, watch the illuminations as well at the castle, because they have a drone show for the 30th, which is also just beautiful. Makes me cry every time. It's only 10 minutes long, but it's so stunning. There's also one in studios for the Avengers, which is only there until May. They could extend it potentially, but it's great from what I've seen. I watched the live stream on it the other day. I wasn't fortunate enough to see it in person, but I'm hoping they extend it, so fingers crossed. Point number 7 is to always check the weather before you go, because the weather there is so unpredictable. Like, I planned for my birthday to wear a nice dress, which I will be wearing in June, so you have to follow me on Instagram to see that, because I'm gonna look beautiful. But yeah, like, I was planning on wearing a dress, and just shorts underneath. I would have been a bit chilly, but you know, it's fine. So I had that all planned, it was ready to go in my case. Mum was like, have you checked the weather? And I was like, I actually haven't. And it was due to rain all week. Luckily it didn't. We only got rain like a couple of days and showers on a couple of days. But yeah, it's a good job I did check. And keep checking right until before you go, because it is unpredictable. It could rain in summer. It just is what it is. That is the weather these days. I mean, we're at the end of March and it's still raining, so yay. But yeah, just always check and pack for any kind of weather, because you just never know. So yeah, that was just a little tip I had to get in there, because I guarantee some people wouldn't check and they would just think, oh, you know, it's June, it's gonna be really sunny. Please check. Please check, because on one of the days on my birthday it was due to snow. Luckily it changed, but I was like, oh my god, I'm not wearing a dress when it's gonna snow. So yeah. Okay, so point number 8, we're nearly finished. It's about the tax refunds that everyone talks about. So basically, you get the tax refunds at Disney Fashion in Disney Village. However, these are things that people don't tell you, unless you've kind of been there and done it. So I've been there and done it, so I'm going to tell you. You only get tax refunds if you spend over €100 in one purchase, and if you spend over €100 in one purchase, but you go to Disney Fashion within 3 days of purchasing it. Because I found out the hard way. I gathered all my receipts at the end of the week, went in there, and I was like, oh, I'm just here for my tax refund. They were like, that's fine. I got all my receipts out, blah blah blah. They checked them, they were like, yeah, that's fine. Went over to the little the little guy that does the refunds, and he was like, oh, there's a mistake with your receipts. We can't do it because you didn't spend over €100 and you came after 3 days of purchasing. I was like, right. He was like, did no one tell you that? And I was like, nope. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry, I wish I could help you. And I was like, it's fine, don't worry. I was fuming because I didn't know, and I was going in there like, yep, gonna get some money back, because I was so poor, and I didn't. So that was great. That was great news to end my trip. So yeah, really thankful for that. So that is a great tip. Go within 3 days of purchasing, and you have to take your passport with you, obviously, so they can see where you're from and do the tax and whatever. But hopefully next time I will be more successful. But yeah, just a little heads up for anyone that doesn't know, like myself. So we're on to point number 9, and that is the point where I want to talk about the Disneyland Paris app. So obviously you download it via your app store, create a login, because you can track your meal reservations and also your hotel and any tickets you have or annual passes, and it just also it gives you a countdown to your trip if you are staying in a Disney hotel, and it's so cute. It's so cute. It goes like 10 days until your trip, and it's so cute. You'll have to do it to see. But yeah, sorry, I got distracted by my calendar. But yeah, you can book meal reservations on there, you can book shows on there. Specifically don't recommend doing that because you're just going to waste money. If you want to see a show, you have to get there half an hour, 40 minutes before the actual show, so you can get in line and get a place, basically, because the shows do go very, very fast. I can recommend though Mickey and the Magician, the Frozen show, which I haven't seen yet, but I've heard such amazing reviews, and also the Lion King show. They're all incredible from what I've seen. I have seen Mickey and the Magician though, and it's so beautiful. But yeah, they're just very, very hard to get into, so you have to get there pretty early, even if you have disability access, you still have to get there early, which I will talk about in my last point. But yeah, just so you know, to get there early. But on the app you can see a map of everywhere in Disneyland Park and also Walt Disney Studios, and it shows the wait times, which are very important, because like you don't want to show up to a ride and be like, yeah, I'm gonna go on this, and it's like 40-minute wait. I mean, some people would wait 40 minutes, but I personally would not wait more than half an hour. We waited about 25 minutes for Autopia last year. So worth the wait. I love Autopia. Unpopular opinion probably, but yeah. I say a lot, I'm so sorry. There we go. Yeah, so just keep an eye on the app all the time, and like I say, make an account. You can also, if you want Premier access for things, you can buy it on there. Prices vary throughout different times of the day, and on the day they could change. It also obviously shows you rides that are not working. There's only specific rides open for early magic hours, extra magic hours, but 100% worth it. We did quite a few rides in extra magic hours, and it's so worth it because there's no crowds, it's really quiet. So yeah, always worth it. If you're staying on a Disneyland Paris hotel site, on site is what I'm trying to say, definitely go for extra magic hours, because Mickey and Minnie greet at the top of the station, which is very special. They do a little dance as well. Also for characters, get there as early as you can, because characters like Pooh and Stitch are queuing for days. Like Stitch, even at 8:30 in the morning, his queue's round the bend, and I'm like, will I ever meet this guy? So hopefully in June. I will. I said that about March, but that didn't happen. Yeah, hopefully. But Pooh's line gets really long quite fast as well, so definitely hop on those two characters if you want to meet them. But yeah, on to the last point. Okay, and on to point number 10, which is about accessibility. So when I was with Jess, she had a disability pass, kind of like, not like my annual pass, but it's a Disneyland Paris disabled pass, which means that she can go through the disabled access for rides. Obviously I went with her because you're allowed up to 3 people, and it's just, it was so not nice. Like, I obviously don't want to be in her shoes because of the pain that she has, which I wish I could take away, and the problems it causes, but it was nice to be able to see it from her eyes, like how they handle guests with disabilities and additional needs. It was just nice to be on that end. Jess got treated amazing. If she asked for something specific, they did it. They always, like, for like moving rides, they always ask, do you want the conveyor belt slow? Are you okay with it? Like, they are very what's the word? Accepting, that's not the word. But they just will do what you ask, basically. What I'm trying to say is they ensure that your needs are met, and they ensure that you still have a magical time regardless of any disabilities or needs that you have. They still make sure you have an amazing time. But yeah, we went through disabled access for all of the rides, and they're just incredible. I was actually quite taken aback by how, like, they like cater for you, and they make sure that you're well looked after, and they ask you all the right questions. They make you feel accepted, and you know, still as magical as anyone else. So yeah, but that's what I wanted to talk about. And also, like, everywhere in Disneyland Paris apart from inside the castle is accessible for wheelchair access. Most restaurants have a slope, and some have lifts as well to go up. But yeah, it's very welcoming and a very loving place to be. I loved seeing Jess being treated amazing. Obviously I wouldn't expect anything less, but no one was rude, no one was disrespectful. They were all very professional and very polite. So yeah, it was a great experience to be with her. We obviously didn't queue for a single thing, which has kind of ruined my life, but it's fine. We get over it. But yeah, I love Jess very much, as we all know. So even though we wind each other up like crazy, but yeah, she deserves the best. So I will pop her links below and you can follow her. My last tip, and it's not on my list, but if you are staying in a Disneyland Paris hotel, or you have any ticket in general, please buy a lanyard, because it is a lifesaver. I bought this on my last day. I think it was during annual pass party actually. But I bought this lanyard. It's the 30th anniversary one, of course. Please focus your face. It's not going to focus, but anyway, it's got the castle on it, it's got Tink, it's got Mickey, Minnie, and just the 30th anniversary on it. But yeah, it's so worth having. You can just wear this, and also you have the little code on there for discounts as well if you're an annual pass member. But yeah, it's so worth it. It makes things a lot easier. But yeah, that's my last tip. Anyways, let's round up. Okay, so that is the end of today's video. I really hope you enjoy it, and I hope this helps. If you do have any more questions, please leave them in the comments and I will answer. I do question boxes quite often on my Instagram as well, so if you ever have any questions and you follow me on there, please don't feel scared to ask, or DM me. But yeah, that is the end of today's video. Like I say, really hope it helps. Please subscribe to my channel. I make a lot of Disney content now, seeing as I'm going so often, and yeah, it's just inspired me to make more content Disney related. I won't have any vlogs up until a few weeks time, so for now I will just post some home videos, and maybe some YouTube shorts as well. I will also leave my TikTok down below, because I'm doing quite well making some TikToks these days and they are getting views. So I will leave that below also. But yeah, until the next video, I will see you very soon. Bye, take care, stay magical, bye bye.